Hello and welcome to another quick shot review. They are my geese. I am recording this outside and they're being really noisy. They're trolling me. Go away, geese. Anyway, today's film is Longlegs, and it is a not a spiritual successor to Silence of the Lambs. However, it is very, very close in setup and in the way that it's done. It is a film by Osgood Perkins, and he did a fabulous job with this one. I mean, when you're working with people like Nicolas Cage, how could you possibly get it wrong? It is a wonderful film. I don't agree with the fact that a lot of the reviews, a lot of the things they're putting on the posters are saying that it's the scariest horror movie murder thing since Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs wasn't a horror movie, and neither is this. So Osgood Perkins directs Mika Monroe, or can't really say that name. I think it's Mika Monroe, Nicolas Cage, and Blair Underwood. Excellent performances throughout this one. Really, really good. So good, and not a massive cast either. It is exactly what you need it to be. It's FBI agent, singular, female, going against the grain, tracking down Longlegs, the serial killer, who is just beyond creepy. Just the way that they do things, and when you finally do meet them, I mean, there's no sort of sugarcoating who Longlegs is. They introduced that character really, really early. With Silence of the Lambs, it was wait until the end. We know the killer is Buffalo Bill, but we don't actually see them properly for a good while. Um, So yeah, it's done in a similar vein, and the official blurb is FBI agent Lee Harker is a gifted new recruit assigned to the unsolved case of the elusive serial killer. As the case takes complex turns, unearthing evidence of the occult, Harker discovers a personal connection to the merciless killer and must race against time to stop him before he claims the lives of another innocent family. So this serial killer doesn't just kill one person, doesn't kill one member of a family, but actually goes for the whole lot. And much like, actually nothing like Silence of the Lambs, there is that little bit of connection with the serial killer. No, we don't know. We don't find out what that connection is, and that is a major spoiler right until the end, or towards the end. Um, and yeah, it's really, it's really an interesting. It's a deep dive into the psyche. But one thing that I will say is Nicolas Cage does a great job as Longlegs. Like I say, this is not a horror film. It's a thriller. It's a murder thriller, a serial thriller almost. So it's a decent runtime at 1 hour 40 as well. So it's good. It's well paced. The Nicolas Cage has got lots of prosthetics on, And I'm going to leave this here because as soon as you see it, you won't unsee it. Nicolas Cage looks like John Travolta does now. And I'm pretty sure that's the plot of another movie. But you can't unsee it if you go and see this film. Now, I would definitely suggest that you do go and see this film because it is brilliant. It's not quite as good as a lot of people are making out. Advertising wise, it was pretty false as far as things go. But I liked it. I really, really liked it. But I think the hype may have just killed it a little bit, you know. Now, most of the films I see, when the film doesn't get a lot of trailers, occasionally when it does, it does turn out to be one of the best films I'll ever see. Certainly, modern films anyway. But this one had a lot of advertising, and it kind of took that potential away. It took the scariness away from it. But it is dark. It is just it plays with your mind. It is paranoia at its best, and it is there's going to be a modern classic, I think, this one, because people are raving about it. Like I say, I don't agree with it being a horror movie. However, it is very, very good. And the way it's shot, it looks like it's set in the era that it's set in, which was the early 90s, and sort of around about the same time as Buffalo Bill. And I think that's probably also where it falls down a little bit as well, because it's been done. It doesn't bring a lot new to the table apart from one element, which again is a massive spoiler, so I'm not going to spoil that for you. Silence of the Lambs will always be the top of the bar, the top rung of the ladder for this kind of film. Longlegs does a brilliant job of trying to bring that back, much like my Twisters review. Twisters uh, does a great job of bringing back the natural disaster movie. Now, Longlegs will never be, and I think this is always going to be the point. Longlegs will never be Silence of the Lambs. It has to be its own film, but it struggles to find its own identity in that fact because people are always going to compare it to Silence of the Lambs. I have done on this review. It's a quick shot review for Cheap Shot Entertainment. And yeah, there's a lot to love here. There's more to love than not to love. And that may just be the sort of dark, sort of horror movie thriller type side of me. But I have sat through some great films that are none of those. And I always look at it from the perspective of a moviegoer. Now, if I was not doing what I'm doing and reviewing the films, then I would sit through this film and feel really shocked. And it's like, wow, what a film. I guess I'm just desensitized to it at the at this point in time. But it's great. It really is. And I'd suggest to anybody that you should go and give this film some love because it deserves it. And there's a big film coming out very soon that's probably going to take a lot of that love away. Now, I wanted to go and see Maxine. Didn't get to see it because it was in the cinema for like a week. I don't know why, only a week. But yeah, now got to wait for that. Um, whereas Longlegs, I think, will last a little bit longer. So yeah, I'd definitely give this one your time if you like Silence of the Lambs and you want you're hungry for that kind of film, then this is one to look at, definitely. And I'm going to leave you there. I will see you next time, film fans. We've got a review of Twisters coming up. We've got Deadpool and Wolverine, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to see that with my good friend Ollie. And a Screen Unseen. Not a Scream Unseen, but a Screen Unseen. And the last one I went to go and see of that was Next Goal Wins, and I really enjoyed that film. It got a limited release. It did get a release though, and that was pretty cool. So yeah, lots to look forward to, and more to come from the summer blockbuster season. Is it gonna live up to the hype of the Barbie movie and Oppenheimer? What was it called? Barbenheimer. Um, but there's not like loads that I think I want to go and see, but I will keep going because I've got my card and I love going to see movies anyway. So I love that aesthetic of going to see it in the cinema. And more recently, I've been really surprised at being put in the sort of iSense IMAX cinemas with a lot of these films. And Twisters was great in IMAX. So yeah, I will see you then, film fans. Thank you very much for subscribing, and I will see you there. You are Cheap Shot Nation. I've been your host, Luke. Goodbye.
Hiya!